have just seen the White Sox set a new Major League record. Now, mind you, this game was invented during the Civil War. So,
Gashed bodies, dislocated joints, backs and chests crushed in, scalps ripped off, and jaws mashed. Holy shit.
scalps ripped off?
Oh my God.
Okay, gentlemen, how we doing? Let's go. Hey.
Just waiting.
What's up, fellas?
Welcome to the
How are you
doing?
Show, my friend. Three brothers-in-law, so freaking stupid. IQ dropping like a rock. Just kidding, so dumb. Dumb enough to start a weekly sports podcast. Too stupid to stop after 54 episodes. Can you believe we're entering our
55.
Oh, I
second?
love it.
55?
55.
I just said how stupid we were. I just proved it within the same
right.
Yep, we forgot to
sentence.
do the old +1.
Jeez,
After
that
last week.
55 episode. Can you guys believe we're entering our second college football, NFL football season?
Oh,
As a
what
podcast.
beautiful time of year, boy.
Oh, we're
Yes,
almost
it's
done.
my favorite time of year.
We're so close.
Best time.
Whenever you're listening,
So much
however you're
hope.
listening, wherever, we thank you so much. Our Juice Junkie community is ever growing. We could not appreciate it. We feel blessed to do this every week with you guys. Shows drop every Friday. Be sure to follow on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Bunch of fun pieces of sports content we post every week. Guys, this show is sloppier than the Patriots roster going into the season.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Oh, it's
Sorry,
so
Dodo.
bad.
Matthew
Talk about
Jr.
rebuild. Holy crap.
They win 7 rings and they go back to the Stone Age for the next decade. So,
Who knows? Who knows?
yeah, who knows? Anyway, I'm the third turn, Mr. Cody. We got Mr. Paul Pelletier, Juice Boy Joe.
Yes,
With some new
sir.
glasses, some lovely new wood frames. He looks sexy.
Thanks, my friend. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to get splinters, but I'm excited.
There you go. 55 episodes. Chris, what are we drinking? Start us off. Coming in hot.
Fellas, I've been dealing with a cough all this week, so I'm drinking myself a bullet bourbon hot toddy, but because college football's back, I'm drinking it out of my beloved Nebraska football mug.
What does it say? What does that say?
It says, "We almost always almost win." That's hilarious and sad, much like being a Nebraska football fan for the last decade or so.
Hope you feel better, friend. Hope you feel better.
I feel fine. My lungs are just pissed for some reason. I don't know what's going
Gotta
on.
love it. Joey, what are you drinking?
My friends, I am going back to an early bourbon we had, mostly because it's cheap. And so I wanted to get something, but it's not bad. For the price, it's
Okay.
good. I'm drinking Four Roses bourbon.
Oh, we like
and
Four
some-
Roses.
I
That's
like
a
Four
good call.
Roses.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like $27, $26. Not bad. Not bad. Right? And it goes down. It goes down. And then to my beer chaser, West Coast IPA. I got back on West Coast IPA binge lately. Went to my favorite
Okay.
Stone
Stone?
IPA.
San Diego,
IPA
right?
from Encinitas,
yeah.
California, right outside of Escondido. Never mind, Escondido, California. All right, but it is a West Coast IPA from the West Coast.
Oh,
Delicious.
that makes sense.
How are the boys looking, Joe? Coach Joe, how's the team looking?
Oh, baby, we got our first scrimmage on Friday. So we are very young, very green. We coaches yelled a lot today. All right. It's it was it's one of those days getting into the second week. Like, we can't be making these same mistakes, and so we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a big with we have a 4-team scrimmage on Friday. So each team's going to get 15 offensive plays against each team, so 45 reps. It's going to be good. We'll see what we got.
I like it. I'll bring up the rear as always, guys. I'll bring up the rear, my friends. My wife got me a lovely anniversary gift. Union Horse Distilling, local KC company.
Awesome.
Rolling Standard 4-grain whiskey. It's lovely. I've had a bottle of their other stuff, but not the Rolling Standard, which is the more bougie type. So
Awesome.
Okay.
So what's
in your old age?
What is it? It's Kansas City whiskey, so it's like Rangers, or is it like more?
No, it's
Or just like it's
just normal
from Kansas
Midwest.
City. It's not classed as Kansas City
Yes,
whiskey.
correct. It's not
Which
classed
we
as
learned is its own thing.
Yes.
When we went and toured Rieger.
Yes, a Kansas City style whiskey is an official thing. So we got a sports docket, we got a big potato, we got Moron Mountains, we got a stat of the day. Also, shout out to Lil Juice, the little brother of the program. The Honey Roses is his band. He'll be slapping the skins, playing the drums in Longmont. The Longmont Social from 5 to 7 this Saturday. Go check them out. Please support local.
Hell
Chase,
yeah,
Chase, how many S's are in Honey Roses? Yes, Chase.
I wonder if he knows.
Gotta know.
I wonder if he knows. The official house band of the Juice Boy Show.
Excellent.
Honey Roses.
Oh,
So
write
let's
us a
jump
song,
into
buddy.
it, my friends. Let's get into the docket. Let's hit on some baseball real quick. MLB's floating some new rules. A lot of big changes recently in the last few years. They changed the size of the bases, picking off only twice. Obviously, the pitch clock changed. A lot of things going on. The value of the starting pitcher is just about gone right now. They're almost the running back of the NFL. They're potentially proposing or floating the idea of starting pitchers must go 6 innings. This is spicy.
I hate it.
This is spicy. The only way you could take the pitcher out is if they gave up 4 earned runs, reach 100 pitches, or get hurt, I believe.
Then I'm
That'd
okay
be the only
with
way
it.
they can get out.
If that is it, then yes, I agree with it. However, without that, then that is just like, then what's the point of a manager? You know, so it's like you have to sit in there and it's just like you're not doing any. Well, actually, at this point with the DH, literally, what does the baseball manager do during the game anymore? Because you're not pinch hitting, you're not pinch running because you have a DH. You have a designated.
Oh, you're watching too many Rockies game where the guy just sits there. There's a lot going on.
I mean, I'm just saying. But
Defensive
anyway,
substitutes,
anyway,
pitch
that's
hitters,
a really
pitch
big deal. But that's
I've only watched one Rockies game, and it was at your house. How did that one go, McCoy?
Not great, actually. Continue, Job. Sorry, cut you off.
So I'm just saying, but like that takes a lot away from the manager and a lot of the strategery that can go into the game. However, I want to see pitchers pitch. I want to see some complete games. I want to see, people just like racking in the innings, and everybody says it's bad for your arm. Pedro Martinez pitched his ass off. Randy Johnson pitched his ass off.
100 years of baseball history says it's not. It's okay.
But I'm saying this is not that long ago. This is 20 years ago. I'm not talking about Cy Young, who pitched 78 miles an hour so he could throw like 500 innings, But it's just, I want to see pitchers pitch, but there needs to be an out. If they let up 4 runs, get them the fuck out of there. They should not be pitching anymore. If they're pitching well, continue to pitch them. Like this was Blake Snell had his first complete game of his career. That dude's a Cy Young winner. How is that possible?
That's true. Chris, you said you didn't like this rule?
No, it's so dumb. Like, what are pitchers getting pulled for before 6 innings? For giving up too many runs, for getting injured, like you're giving the outs that are the reasons that pitchers are getting pulled anyway in the 5th and 6th inning. I think this does nothing but it's a problem for every solution. Right? We're just coming up with a reason that this needs to exist and that we need to come in and throw in extra rules for a game that's 100 years old that's never needed this rule before. Like, I just think that there's no reason to add in extra influence coming from the MLB that dictates how things are conducted and how things are planned for on the actual ground during the games. Like, it just seems like there's no real reason for this other than forcing teams into a position like right now they can decide for themselves.
The Rockies are going to be screwed. Rockies going to be screwed. The only thing that got them winning a couple of years ago was literally doing like 3 inning rotations with their pitchers. And sometimes even just one game they did every inning was a different pitcher. And so it's just like I'm indifferent. Go ahead, McCoy.
Ooh, I was going to say, I like the idea of let's shorten the amount of pitchers on a roster. I think that would immediately fix it. Just get rid of one pitcher on the roster. Everyone has to throw more innings. You have to be more strategic on who you're throwing out there. Or another extreme was, as soon as you take your starting pitcher out, you lose your DH.
Oh,
that's the other idea being floated around. No, I just think you lose it. I think you lose it.
An established position. And so it's just like, David Ortiz would just be like, oh, well, shucks. I guess I'm not hitting in the 7th or 9th.
I don't think there's any way that you sell that to a league that is struggling for viewership and interest right now.
Yeah, and the DH usually the home run hitter.
The dude who's hitting bombs. The dude that everybody's showing up to watch just pipe one. Yeah, we get into the 6th inning, we get into the 7th inning, and now all of a sudden, Shohei's out.
Or maybe it's the first 4 innings, 5 innings.
We'll beat
I don't know. They got to fix it. They got to fix it. I think if you take a roster spot away, I know because in fantasy football, we removed a bench spot and things got wild. So if I know anything about
tiny
anything,
benches are crazy.
You've got to that's where you learn how to coach.
League with a 4-man bench, and that's tough.
Yes. Because if I know anything, it's fantasy football and being the manager of an MLB baseball team is the exact same. That's right. If I know anything. So we'll follow that story. I think they're floating it out there. Yeah, you have to. Let's jump into the NFL, boys, just a little bit.
Okay.
Is Caleb Williams and the Bears overhyped? Are they as hyped as they should be? Also, freaking Patrick Mahomes doing around the back pass, and I splooshed everywhere on the wall. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we know.
Oh my gosh. What do we think of both insane plays? Are the Bears overhyped? Is Mahomes Jesus Christ? I don't know. You guys just take it away.
Man, the Bears haven't had a reason to be excited since the Jay Cutler era. I say let them have
and
their
that
hype.
was excitement. Yeah.
And that was a dude who like had to stop chain smoking just long enough to like go and put some plays together. And like that was all the more hype that the Bears have had since, I don't know, decades ago. Yeah. And so it's one of those where like, are the Bears overhyped? Probably. Is that being fueled by a fan base that is hungry for anything to be excited about, for anything to be hyped about? Absolutely. Last year, were the Jets overhyped? 100%. That's because the good people of New Jersey haven't had a reason to be excited in decades.
Joe Namath.
Yeah. So I say let them be hyped. Let them have their moment. Enjoy the hell out of this. And we'll see what winds up happening. Like, I think Caleb Williams is going to wind up getting chewed up by the NFL.
Oh,
right
that's a little
now.
Spicy.
Yeah, he's
That's spicy, Christopher.
Ooh, that could
That's
be
spicy.
It could be. But either way, like I say let them have their moment, and then we'll see what winds up happening once the rubber meets the road and we're playing for real.
I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I think he's annoying. I think he's a showboat. I think that he's in this literally just to make money. He didn't give a hell where he went to go play or anything like that. It's like he was an NIL guy. He's just like this. I guess he's going to be this new age quarterback. He's what a paid college quarterback, a highly touted, like coveted young man was. And so he was at Oklahoma and was pulled to USC since he was in high school. He was just the shit. And so I don't know. It's kind of the same thing I feel about Trevor Lawrence. Like these guys that are just the shit from when they're 14 years old. Be weary of them.
Oh, very
all
nice.
right. Now, I think he's going to be good, and I think he has to be good with his weapons. I mean, Roma Dunze looks amazing. That kid's going to be awesome. But one thing that you conveniently left out is how outstanding Bo Nix has looked. I mean, holy crap. If I know it's preseason, but damn, this kid is looking good. And he's got Belichick talking about it on McAfee. Everything. He has been the highest rated rookie quarterback in the preseason. Sean Payton's got his guy. If he is good, watch out, Broncos, man. This could be fun.
Oh, gosh, I would also hope so. He played the most college football games in the history of football. He should be ready.
Yeah,
there shouldn't be any growing pains with him.
Parallel as Joey of just like, hey, Broncos have sucked for a while. Like, I'm okay with the preseason hype. We'll see what winds up happening when the season actually kicks off. But like, it's nice to have something to be excited about. I don't hate against that. Like, it's fine.
I went to the Broncos game last Sunday. Going to the game again.
Nice.
No, wait. Yes, not this upcoming Sunday, but soon with my buddy Luke, who has season tickets. It's amazing in the club level. Thank you, Luke.
Oh, cheap this year,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, but so I went and saw him, and even that pass that Bo Nix threw, then when he was over the line of scrimmage, I know that, but I don't give a shit.
That was so funny.
It's preseason. The way he moved, the way he saw, the way he delivers.
What quarter was that? I'm just curious. I didn't watch it.
First quarter.
Was
it on the real defense, or was it just?
It was the first drive, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. He looked good. He looks really good.
I mean, I would hope so. He's like 48 years old going into the NFL. Like, geez Louise, what do we expect from the guy who's 25? Jaden Daniels is also a little older. Also, no one's going to talk about Mahomes throwing a fucking football behind their back.
It's preseason.
He did it. We're congratulating Bo Nix for completing a fucking pass. Mahomes is playing. He was mad at Travis Kelce.
I didn't. He was past the line of scrimmage. So,
oh my gosh. Patrick Mahomes was mad at Travis Kelce for running the wrong route, so he pissed him off by throwing him behind the back pass.
So that wasn't intentional.
No, he just made it up.
All right, so is that a dick move then?
No, it's badass. I think from the best player in the league.
Just, hey, fuck yourself. I don't care. It's preseason. Let everybody's trying to make a job and make a life out of this. I'm just going to throw it behind my back.
Yeah. Is that
McCoy was going to find a reason to fillet Patrick Mahomes anyway, so let's just have
We're talking about Bo Nix. But Bo Nix wasn't even a part of the question.
Let him
and
have
you guys
his
pulled
moment.
Bo
Let
Nix.
the Bears fans have their moment. Let the Broncos fans have their moment. Right, McCoy?
When the real guys...
Cody's moment of filleting Mahomes has been for 6 years now. I mean, that jaw's got to be tired.
When was the when was the last time the Chiefs weren't Super Bowl champs? Let's ask that question. That could be a good stat of the day. Moving on, friends. Moving on. Which deal's going to get down first? CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, or I just read today Jamar has 2 years left on his deal. Supposedly, there's a chance he doesn't play a snap until he gets paid. He's due like $4 million this year. So the fines he would get are like 15 cents in their world. He wouldn't actually, like, if he loses a game check, it would be $20,000, $200,000.
Whoa.
So he sat out a year in college, which I totally forgot. He should get paid close to 30, especially if you're going to get paid $30 million on the back end. You could take all the fines you want. So Jamar Chase is kind of in this receiver contract shit show. Who's going to get signed first? Or who's the most important that needs to get signed ASAP?
Who's the most important?
That for a host question.
Definitely CeeDee Lamb. Like CeeDee Lamb had over 100 catches last year. He is like the focal point of that offense.
He's the whole
who's
offense
gonna get
right now.
Yeah, who's going to get first? Oh, I have no idea because Jera doesn't seem to give a shit about this. Just saying, you know, we're not in any rush. You know, like he's still in there. But the Bengals without Jamar Chase would be catastrophic. Like that they are I think they're the only team that can challenge the Chiefs in the AFC right now. You know, it's like I think the Bengals are, and I picked them last year, and I might pick them again this year.
Oh my gosh!
Because Joe Burrow is the dude when he is healthy, but without Jamar Chase, woof. At least we can see what T. Higgins can do, but man, that could be bad.
But T. Higgins wants to get paid. He has 1 year left. You can't make them both happy. I feel like if you screw the Jamar Chase situation, you're going to have no one.
Jamar Chase sits out, then T. Higgins goes off.
Ooh, Christopher, who needs to get signed more urgently?
Man, if we're talking about urgently, I think Jamar Chase, like keeping Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase as your 1-2 punch, as the foundation of your offense, like that makes sense. Like you
and
can
that's been the
build
story
around
since
that.
day one of the draft, like when they drafted him.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so I think the Bengals owe it to Jamar Chase to give him his moment in the sun and go, you've earned this. You've been spectacular since the moment we drafted you. We are invested in your future here in Cincinnati. Like, let's demonstrate that. As far as who do I think is going to get paid first? Probably Brandon Ayuk. I think that he's going to wind up kind of getting desperate and just taking something. I think that he's getting to the point now to where it's like, okay, clearly the wide receiver market is lukewarm on me. Like, where am I willing to tolerate? I think that's like with each passing day, I think that's more likely to be San Francisco. Take what they're willing to give him, stay with a Super Bowl contender, because he's already shown that he doesn't want to just go and chase the highest paycheck that he can to go get his ass kicked for 17 weeks. And so I think he winds up staying in San Francisco. I think they wind up giving him enough that he can pat himself on the back and say, hey, I did something.
Yeah, you beat us up. But didn't McCaffrey get hurt too? So now there's maybe a little leverage in the first half of that season. I think this Jamar Chase, he has said nothing to the media. He hasn't been tweeting out anything. He's been keeping silent. But I think Chad Ochocinco came out and said, there's a chance he shouldn't even play a snap. It's not actually worth it for him to give up a $30 million contract for $200,000 a game. Makes sense. Yeah, and I forgot he sat out a year because he made a business decision in college that he want to get hurt. So if he's that smart and thinking ahead, that could be very interesting. And the Bengals never pay anyone on time. They're not a smart organization, guys. So I don't think they're going to handle it well.
No, but the track record will say no.
All right, guys, jump into college football. Can you believe it? We're here.
We made it, boys.
This one made me laugh. What's worse, CU having the social media handles on their practice jerseys, or it just came out this week that Oklahoma State is going to have a QR code on the back of their helmet where you can donate today to their NIL fund.
Whoa.
That is hilarious. Whoa. What is worse or better?
Whoa.
Or how would you attack?
Without a doubt, Oklahoma State. Are you kidding me? Without a moment's hesitation.
Oh my
CU,
gosh.
I get it. Like that's their entire brand is like, come here, build your personal brand, use Colorado as a springboard, but make sure that like you're taking care of yourself first. Like that's their whole ethos right now. Like that makes perfect sense.
That is all Dion. Just get your money.
Having a QR code to donate to an NIL that you could just go ahead and go donate to anyway. Like, I don't need the QR. Who's going to be stopping the game and being like, you know what? number 82 just had himself a hell of a play. Hit
I
the pause
actually
button. I
think
gotta scan that.
it's going to turn into like an OnlyFans thing. It's going to turn into like, oh my gosh, this tight end's having the game of his life. Everyone donate. It's going to be like a bunch of $5.
I'll give him $12.
Yeah, it's going to be like a $5. It's going to be like Bernie Sanders in like 2016 getting the most low campaign thing. What
All
is
of
it?
a sudden, rent's
Smallest
due, and somebody's out there just hucking.
Or you win and you win a bet, you give them some money.
My landlord's up my
amazing.
ass. I need this game.
Yeah.
Cover up your QR code.
Please, coach, I can't sit out the third quarter, please.
No, I could see it. Like all the college kids that give like if the kicker wins a game, they're gonna flood his helmet's QR code donating. Business genius, genius, really.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. It's amazing.
The Wild West. It's the Wild West of college football.
Watch, they started it. Now every team's gonna do it.
Or what could be worse than this
probably.
too? It's gonna be a QR code like on the shoulder pad.
Well, like I imagine every team that's going and is getting scheduled as a cupcake against a Power 5 team in like week 1, week 2 should do something like that. Like, here's your moment in the national spotlight.
ESPN games.
Some money, like 100%.
Hey, I like that. Juice Boys Consulting strikes again, my friends. Also, week 0, like we just said, college football is off to the races. We're going to have a more in-depth college football preview next week, I believe, with a special guest. Week 0, what game are you guys watching this week as we kick it off? A lot of games against the deaf and the blind. We got the 8th graders playing against powerhouses. What excites you the most?
Honestly, I'm most looking forward to Florida State at Georgia Tech.
It's actually not a
Florida
bad game.
State has caught an awful lot of flack since getting completely shellacked in the postseason of last year after they felt incensed by being left out of.
Right. That was a big debate on the show.
Yeah, out of the
weeks.
playoffs. I think they're going to roll into Georgia Tech and look to put an exclamation point at the start of this season to say, you all doubted us. You all talk shit. When we take it seriously, when we show up, we steamroll. And Georgia Tech's expecting them to come in and give them their best punch. Georgia Tech is on the come up right now. Like, I don't think that that's going to be an easy task like it may have been 4 or 5 short years ago.
Sure.
I think it's going to be a hell of a game.
No, totally. I do too. I'm excited. I did not know that was happening, and now I'm excited about it.
Oh, and also they're not rolling into Georgia Tech. Rather, this is the week 0 game out in Ireland that they've been doing each year now.
Oh, we didn't get our invite.
Oh man,
Joey, what are you looking for?
We should have a mailbox that they can send those invites to. We need one.
it's a PO box. I don't want people knowing where I live.
But do we have one?
We should. Let's get one.
Let's work on it. Okay.
Let's workshop it.
You guys haven't been checking it?
No.
Has
Has
we do
anyone
this off air, boys?
Yeah. Joey, what are you looking forward to the most in week 0?
So week 0 is always bizarre. I know that like CSU had a big win over Oregon State a couple of years ago in week 0, and everybody was like, "Oh, that happened." I was like, "Yeah, that was their biggest win of the season." So I'm not really a big fan of week 0 games, but one that caught my attention was Delaware State and Hawaii.
As it should.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like everybody's like, what is Delaware State gonna do this year? You know what they're gonna do?
Flight for week 0 too.
Yeah,
Do you know what they're gonna do?
Let's go Rainbow Warriors.
They're gonna miss their flight, you guys. So what caught my attention? What caught my attention? Delaware State is going out to play Hawaii. They're 36.5-point underdogs to play Hawaii, and their motor coach bus that they rented was late picking them up, and they missed their team flight.
Oh, the bus driver screwed him. It wasn't them. It was the bus driver.
Wirtz Motor Coaches. I blame you. This is the game that I wanted to watch, but now I don't know if I can. All right, so let's see. Let's see if does Delaware State make it. You know, I don't know, but at this point,
there not
they're
a
still in
second flight?
Delaware.
How often are people jumping from Delaware to Hawaii?
Nonstop. I'm a little confused by that. Why would anyone sign to play? That's like a 10-hour flight? You might as well go across halfway a different direction, go to Europe or something.
Yeah, Hawaii has a 99% win rate in the predictor.
Why do you even?
You were flying basically internationally to go get your ass kicked.
Yeah,
and it's not like you can stay there. You got to fly back for your week 1 game.
Hawaii's got to be paying them a lot of money just to get
a ton of money,
an easy win on there. I know that back in the day, Alabama paid CSU $8 million to go down to Alabama and play them. CSU was only down by 6 in the fourth quarter. That was the team
that was
with,
only a couple
Garrett
years ago.
Grayson. That was the team with Garrett Grayson and Michael Gallup, and that was the great team. So they got $8 million to go down there and make Alabama look like shit. It was awesome.
We love it.
I don't think Delaware State's making $8 million though.
No, I think it was like $300,000 or something.
Damn, how are you making money at that point? Jeez.
Delaware State needs money. Obviously, they're like their coach bus was late picking them up. They need money.
They don't have deep pockets, I guess.
Stop the show, Chris. Stop. Breaking news. Oh my gosh! Stop the show. Stop everything. We're talking about college football. Joey Linehan, my friends, out in the field. We have a quick MLB update. Joey, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, Cody.
Yeah.
I'm here down on the streets of South Side Chicago.
Yeah, what do you got for us, Fred?
Tell us about it.
No crowd noise today. It's more of just a somber note of embarrassment because the loyal fans of Chicago have just seen the White Sox set a new Major League record. Now, mind you, this game was invented during the Civil War. And the Chicago White Sox have just been eliminated from playoff contention.
Joey, wait. There's 50 games left. There's 50 games left.
We are still in August. Okay, we are still in August. It's August 20th as we record right now.
A lot of August left.
Yeah. And so they lost, and this is the earliest mathematical elimination from postseason contention ever.
What?
Oh my God!
In the history of Major League Baseball, Cody.
Oh my
God.
Did you check the math? Are you sure? It's Civil War.
Okay, I'm getting it right now. Yes, I'm getting it right now from the studio. Yes, they are 30-96, a .238 winning percentage.
Oh my
43 games back from the division. Okay, 38 games back from their division.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yes, that is true. They have been mathematically eliminated, yes. And they are still on track to have the worst winning percentage in the history of modern baseball.
Joey, you did mention that the fans are feeling somber. Are they both there with you?
Unfortunately, that was just my assumption. I can't find a fan. I can't find them. So, yeah. I just said that, but yeah, sorry. Cody, back to you.
Thanks, Joey, for doing the hard work, boots on the ground. That means
Appreciate
they could
you
lose.
flying out to Chicago so late.
They could theoretically lose 100 games by the end of August. So thanks for that, Joe.
God.
And we'll take a quick music break. We'll be back to normal programming on the Juice Boy Show. Boys, episode 55. Welcome back to the Juice Boy Show. Cody, Chris, Joseph, we're brothers-in-law. We love each other very much.
Yay.
Yeah. We got Sports Morons. We have Squeeze of the Week, one of our favorite segments that we get to do. Looks like me and Christopher. Chris has not had one in a while. Kind of pretty excited for years, but I'm gonna start us off real quick. I'm gonna go Squeeze. Okay. This past weekend, Major League Baseball did Players Weekend. Okay, so for those that didn't follow, you could have customized cleats. A lot of people have like the pencil bat design, the crayon bat design. Yeah. There's some cool like USA, America flag ones.
Yeah.
There was
like
other
lightsaber?
Countries. Yeah, there's lights. There's a lot of them.
Hell, the lightsaber's awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah.
A Royals player had 2 home runs with a yellow crayon bat. It was pretty badass. So all of these, I think it's a charitable thing. You get to represent your culture, things like that. Here's my squeeze.
What the hell's
Why the hell are we not doing this for the rest of the fucking season? Why is this just not a thing that we do?
Yes.
Okay.
Think about it. Baseball's the one thing that you can have a little bit more custom personality. Everyone has their own bat and their own cleats. Imagine like a spiked design baseball bat.
Oh, dude.
Like baseball players are the most superhero-like because you have a weapon.
Yeah.
You have a stick.
Yeah.
Okay. And we know that hitting 100-mile fastball is maybe the hardest thing in sports. So these guys are already defying logic. Why not let each player have their own bat? Makes it more fun, makes it more marketable, makes it more exciting for younger people. Why not? Why are we waiting for just a fucking weekend to do this? Also, there's only like X amount of designs you could choose from. No, go create some jobs. Go get some artists, some local artists. Yeah, design your own bat. Get your own crazy cleats. Why not do this? The baseball has not had a marketable player since home run dirt, like Albert Pujols. They didn't really market as the guy. They had Barry Bonds, but there was a steroid thing.
Like Derek
Mike
Jeter
Trout
was on everything.
Derek Jeter, absolutely.
Derek Jeter. Yeah. Mike Trout has the personality of water, and he's the greatest thing we've ever. But so you can't market him. Shohei Ohtani, I think they've done a decent job, but he's also international, so it doesn't relate maybe as much to the American crowd, but he's amazing. Let every player have a sick-ass bat
David
for the whole
Ortiz
season.
was probably the last big household name, Big Papi.
Yeah, Manny Ramirez, Manny being Manny, but let these guys have a crazy-ass bat all the time. Let's not do this for one weekend.
Dude,
go market yourself.
Bryce Harper should be the shit.
Yes.
This dude is very flamboyant. He's awesome. He's hilarious. He's
a maniac.
He's a maniac. I mean, it's just like, I would love to see what shoes and bats this guy comes up with every single day.
And how many more jerseys would you sell? Because, an eighth grader is going to think that's the coolest thing in the world. My little nephew wants a pencil bat and he uses metal. So this would gauge so much more interest instead of once a year. Like, step it up. Let's have some fun. Bring some more personality. Baseball is the only thing where you have enough kind of external things. You just have a helmet in baseball. There's just a basketball. So basketball, you have your leggings and your sleeves.
It's just
baseball, you have glove, cleats, bats.
In basketball, everybody's got their signature shoe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Why would that not be the same opportunity, but with a bat or with cleats? I love everything about this. I think it's a fantastic idea.
They just need somebody like Jordan to just put their foot down and be like, I'm not wearing that shoe. I'm not doing it. And then creating that brand. I want to see somebody defy it. Jordan took fines every day. Like every game his first year until they broke the rule.
Greatest decision they ever made. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I want to see somebody just say, up yours, Rob Manfred. Yeah. I'm just going to do this. Like Harper did this season wearing last year's jersey. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. And he got fined. And it's just like, who gives a shit?
Which is fine. Like, market yourself. Let someone should have the pencil bat. Let someone have the spiked bat. And then
I love it.
There's more culture involved. You can bring in more of a cultural design to your bat. Yeah. Oh, the Savannah
Look at them. Look at how popular they are.
They're selling out stadiums. Come on, guys.
They're fun. Yeah.
Embrace it. Let's run with it. Don't be the 100-year-old Civil War fucking sport that just refuses to evolve with the times. Let's have some fun. That's all.
This might be our first squeeze where everybody agrees. I think
it was.
But now envision this. This takes hold 5 years from now. All of a sudden, every single player has their own original style of bat, except for the New York Yankees. They all have the exact same.
They refuse.
Pinstriped, pine, whatever.
Ooh, pinstripe bat though.
Can't have more than a mustache.
Pinstripe bat.
Yankees would be the only team that just digs their heels in and are like, no, you lose your individuality in order to become a Yankee, and that's what we pay you for.
Chris, what's your squeeze or Moron Mountain? Sounds like you have a Moby Dick of a novel.
Fellas, I've got a Moron Mountain.
Let's see what we got.
Let's talk about Coach Prime. A guy for whom
the CU Colorado football, the Buffs.
Yeah, I'm sure you're sitting there like Chris.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders is so full of shit. It's coming out of his ears on any given week. Why pick this week? Well, let's get into this week.
Yeah, let's do it.
So for those who don't know, Deion Sanders is the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. He started off hot last year with a 3-0 start, handily beating both TCU and my beloved Huskers.
Barely beating my beloved Rams.
Barely beat the Rams. That was that was a thriller. He proceeded to win one of his next 9 games for a paltry 4-8 season, including an all-time meltdown against Stanford after leading 29-0 at the half. And so why this week? So this week, Coach Prime has refused to take questions from a local CBS reporter because the CBS national affiliate released a ranking of their Big 12 coaches and placed him second to last. And he was butthurt about it. So he refused to speak to a CBS reporter except to say, you're from CBS, too bad. Wow. He also this week said Colorado only receiving 1 vote in the AP preseason poll was disrespectful. Once again, this is a team that went 4-8 last season.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And also this week, he's had a busy week, boys. Also this week, he was asked about his son Shiloh's bankruptcy case by USA Today and told the reporter to, and I quote, or quote unquote, do his own investigation into the case and report on that. And so the USA Today decided they would do that.
Oh,
This resulted in a full scathing write-up from USA Today, where they discussed how 5 different agencies conducted their own independent investigation into allegations of Shiloh assaulting a security guard at his high school when he was 15. 0 are siding with Shiloh. 4 concluded separately that he was solely responsible for the assault that took place. 1 concluded that no fault was able to be determined. And this led to an $11 million settlement for the security guard, for which Shiloh is now currently declaring bankruptcy to try and avoid. Welcome to Moron Mountain. Hey, let's talk about in the last 2 weeks.
Holy crap.
2 weeks ago, another scathing review of the locker room culture came out at Colorado, talking about, or by Athlon Sports, talking about how violence is not just regularly occurring between teammates, because that's bound to happen on any Power 5 campus.
high testosterone locker room.
Yeah.
It happens with any team. You're down to 1A football.
But it's actively being encouraged by the coaches on Coach Prime's staff. One such allegation states, and I quote this time, "It's like real life Grand Theft Auto." Other allegations claim that Coach Prime's favored players are allowed to intimidate, bully, and physically assault those not in his inner circle, and that starting fights with those weaker than you is a means to start gaining favor and attention from his coaching staff. And then immediately following these allegations of violence within the program, dumbass D-line coach Warren Sapp decided now was a good time to talk about his depth at D-line, saying, and I quote, "I wouldn't single out one guy because we're a pack. We got bullets. You get shot with a 38 or a 9mm, you pick."
Wait, what?
What the hell did you just
Warren
say?
Sapp said? It's very Warren Sapp, but
Warren Sapp said that. So, Coach Prime, you are the biggest moron in Power 5. It is not even freaking close. You stated you were bringing your own luggage to Colorado and, quote unquote, it's Louis, which is right. You've brought in more blue chip recruits than Colorado has seen in decades, but you've also brought in plenty of your own personal bullshit baggage, and it reeks of a narcissist who has no ability to actually run a program. So instead, he runs his mouth and hopes nobody looks too closely under the hood. Welcome to Moron Mountain, Coach Prime. So great to see you here.
jeez.
Holy shit.
I don't know if there's anything to disagree about.
Wow.
Are you throwing Warren Sapp on there, or did that strike one for him?
I mean, it's just like, man,
that's bad.
Like, you just very publicly had this whole scathing report come out about all the violence in your program.
True.
And instead of shying away from that, it's like, we got bullets. We got all sorts of different bullets, and we're going to shoot them at you.
Oh, my God.
What the hell does that even mean? What is he even trying to like convey there? I mean, like,
Read the room.
what
Just
the
read the
hell?
room, man.
You coach in Boulder, Colorado. All right. Don't be talking about 38s and 9. What
Right?
the hell? At the CU campus? This is the no. What in the God?
I don't know if there's much to disagree, Chris. I don't
No
know if I have
argument,
much
boys?
to add.
No, I mean more.
A lot
That's a
more
Moron
agreement
Mountain,
going
man.
on
That
today
wasn't
than
even
we've come to expect
Yeah.
on this podcast.
I don't.
That was a moron squeeze saying it's a Moron Mountain, and that was one of the most dumbass things that's ever been said.
Wow.
Pretty
Joey.
good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, if people want to send in their squeeze of the week or Moron Mountains, if they can beat Chris, that was epic.
Tell me what you
Listeners.
think. I'm sure we've got Colorado fans listening. Like, are you all tired of this shit? Like,
That's true.
Please.
Send it in. Yeah.
my God,
Please.
this is awful.
Joey, how do they send that in?
Listeners, Chris just blew the conch. He's calling you out. CU fans, defend this. Defend Prime. Let's see what's happening. By submitting your most outlandish sports take or Moron Mountain. Or Moron. God damn it.
Moron Mountain.
Or Moron Mountain nominee by emailing us at juiceboyshow@gmail.com. Or send us a DM on Instagram at juiceboyshow. And if it has the pull, that sweet pull, then we'll read it on the show. Yes!
Yeah, buddy.
Who's sponsoring today's show?
Now, boys, according to old Third Turd McCoy, this show is apparently blowing up bigger than James Harden in the offseason.
Yes, sir. He's ballooning up as we speak.
And sure, most of that listener group is either students of Joey or one of Joey or Cody's many, many nephews. But what does any good podcast modeling for the youth of this great country do when they finally get ready to sell out? That's right, they slap their name on absolutely anything willing to pay them. Which is why I am so proud to announce the newly released Juice Boys Malt Liquor.
Hey,
Oh,
damn right.
Ringing in at a generous 13% alcohol, every last
God.
delicious drop of Juice Boys Malt Liquor. Ringing in at a generous 13% alcohol, every last delicious drop of Juice Boys Malt Liquor packs the punch you need to wash the taste of your most recent disaster of a gambling weekend out of your mouth. Made with the finest grains you can purchase from the glorious People's Republic of North Korea and water fresh from the Ohio River, Juice Boys Malt Liquor delivers all the flavor you'd expect from the incredible minds that brought you favorites like the Eagles O-line should be a rowing team and the
Oh,
Chiefs are the 90s Bulls.
Oh, that is so real. Oh, my.
Tasty profit margin. At present, you can only acquire Juice Boys Malt Liquor out of the back of Joey's truck, as the ATF has technically declared Juice Boys Malt Liquor as a bioweapon. We're placing money in the right hands and greasing the right wheels, and we expect our deal with Dollar General to be back, moving along any day now. Juice Boys Malt Liquor. Because why just black out when you can rewrite the whole damn hard drive with 40 ounces of deliciousness?
Jeez.
oh my
Malt liquor.
God.
Ugh.
Wait,
Way to
so
go.
I mean, thanks- thanks, sponsor.
we're in bed with North Korea?
Just for manufacturing purposes.
I mean, when the check clears, you know what I mean? All right, guys,
They were
jumping in to the big potato. Week 0, we were talking about, we had a creative one. Biggest blowouts in college football history. There are more than you would think that there is.
My God,
There-
so many.
There is
Some
a lot.
catastrophic losses.
College football's been going on since before 1900. So, lot to choose from. Funniest stories we can find included, let's go, mini, Joey.
Eeny, meeny,
get to
miny,
see-
Joe.
Yeah. Oh,
Meeny, miny, Joe.
Crushed
I like it. What do you got?
All right, so fellas, like, I was debating whether or not this should be a Roman Coliseum just off the record, but we have to talk about it. All right.
Let's talk about
It
it.
was 1916, and believe it or not,
Classic.
Georgia Tech was an absolute powerhouse back in the day.
Okay.
Like really, really, really good. I have no idea who Cumberland is. Where is Cumberland University?
Imagine near Georgia Tech. That's who they tended to play back in the day, right?
But in 1916, Georgia Tech put the most historic ass kicking in the history of ass kickings on Cumberland University, 222-0.
Oh,
Okay. 222-0. Now, I coach football and I've been part of
How do you
historic
even
ass
manage that?
kickings. Okay. I've been part of historic ass kickings. And unfortunately, I mean, like, I've been on some that are awesome, and then I've been on the other end. And I don't know how that was actually possible. Okay.
Seriously, that's
So-
incredible.
So all this started because the great John Heisman, okay, it's named
Okay.
the Heisman Trophy.
Bye.
All right, he was pissed at Cumberland because they used professional baseball players in their baseball game to beat Georgia Tech 22-0. All right, so
my
he was like
God.
legitimately pissed about this, and he just said, "We are not calling off the dogs. We are not doing anything
telling me.
to stop this onslaught." All right. And then 222 points happened. So here's how 220 points happens. Cumberland committed 15 turnovers on only 45 offensive plays. All right. So
What?
one out of every 3 plays.
So on average, they never saw fourth down.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
All right. Their quarterback threw 6 interceptions. Those 15 turnovers, 7 were converted for touchdowns. All right.
Wow.
What the hell? How did they get there? 32 touchdowns were scored and then
Oh my
18
God.
extra points. Oh,
That means
my
it had been
God.
100-0
No.
at halftime. You know
Guess
what I
how
mean? Like,
many offensive plays Georgia Tech ran?
100.
I'm going to say like 30.
So freaking close, Birdie. 28.
Oh my
They ran
God.
Georgia
28
Tech did?
offensive plays and they scored 222 points. So
What?
that is
That's
the all-time ass
incredible.
kicking of all ass
Boys. Oh my God.
kicking. And good for you, John Heisman. Just you're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it too. Here we go.
Wow. But in that not to stop after 100 or 150.
No,
or
222
175. Not at 200. We're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Chris, can you? I think that's the number one.
Yeah,
biggest
no,
blowout, right?
can
Yeah,
I
was gonna
beat
say.
that? No, I'll
of
just
course
roll
it is.
over
Yeah,
right now if you're going to ask me to beat it. But I've got something else to talk about, I guess.
What do you got? Also, Cumberland is in, you guessed it, Tennessee.
Okay.
Okay.
The Cumberland Gap.
Boys, I'm putting on my Homer glasses. I want to talk about the 1996 Fiesta Bowl. Nebraska versus Florida, the national championship between number 1 ranked Nebraska, number 2 ranked Florida. Nebraska absolutely took Florida to the woodshed. Final score 62-24, a 38-point victory in the Natty
national champion
between two undefeated teams. It was the largest margin of victory in national championship history at the time, and that stood until 2023 when Georgia just absolutely redefined what ass kicking meant when they just obliterated TCU. So that stood until a year ago. Nebraska managed to basically just blow this game out in the first half. They put up 29 points in the second quarter alone, giving them a nice, easy breezy second half, culminating in Nebraska leading a touchdown drive with their backup quarterback. Almost scored a touchdown with their third string quarterback, but he took a knee to close out the game. And also, Florida tried for a 2-point conversion, which was then turned over and returned by Nebraska's D tackle.
You have to
Greatest ass kicking in Natty history until a year ago.
Was that with Danny Werfel? Was that right after his Heisman?
Good question.
Wow, that could obviously national championship. That's a really good team, but
everyone's on the same page. If a D tackle gets a fumble in it, you got to let him go as far as he possibly can.
100%.
Like no matter what the score, that whole stadium knows. Oh, you just go big fella till you can't go no more.
Oh yeah,
longest run of his life.
Yeah, he's still taking an auction. All right, I'm going to put Chris's Homer glasses back on.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Nebraska, Texas Tech, 2004.
Okay.
The Red Raiders beat Nebraska 70-10.
Why is that putting on my Homer glasses then?
So you get to relive the moment of 70-10. They had 523.
20 years ago, man. I got way more painful moments since then.
Hey, that's a blowout. That's one of the worst ever in Nebraska history.
Yeah, that's
some guy named Sonny Coombe passed for 5 scores. And
way to go, Sonny.
Okay,
have yourself a day.
What sport are we talking here, McCoy? You said 5 scores? I mean, come on, dude. Like, who are you? What is this?
He passed for 5 tutties. What do you mean?
There you go.
5.
I mean, come on, we're talking football. Yeah.
Nebraska, Texas Tech, 2004. Chris was just a pup.
He passed for 5
just a fella.
Scores that accumulated for points on the scoreboard.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
correct.
It. That's how that is traditionally spoken about.
Yes. The worst Nebraska blowout, or one of the worst Nebraska blowouts of all time. I thought we'd just enjoy that little one. Joseph.
Oh, as much as I would love to jump on this bandwagon here, I'm going to jump on on this other bandwagon that was just mentioned, and I'm going to rip on the CU Buffs.
Let's go.
As a proud to be a CSU Ram, I am.
Way to go. Congratulations.
In 2005, the CU Buffaloes made it to the Big 12 championship game by beating Nebraska. Sorry, Chris. But, it happens. And they went up against number 2 Texas Longhorns. And this was my senior year of high school. I was just like thinking, where are my allegiances going to go? Like
for the rest of my life.
For the rest of my life. And this single game made me pick CSU. All right. So Texas.
Not the thousands of dollars that you were about to pay?
No. This
Okay.
game.
Just
That's
checking.
not how Joey makes his choices.
Just
Are you
checking.
kidding me?
Come on. No, I'll put it on student loans. I never paid those off anyway. No, I'm just joking. I already paid them off like a man.
Wait.
So damn it, McCoy, the 2005 Big 12 Big 12 championship game, Texas Longhorns 70, CU Buffs 3.
Wow.
That makes sense. That adds up.
Vince Young had 3 touchdowns passing. Your boy Jamal.
3 scores. 3 scores.
Three scores.
Damn it.
Jamal Charles had 7 carries, 62 yards, and 2 touchdowns. All right. This is an
Jeez.
absolute
Oh my God.
ass kicking in all proportions. 70-3. What they do right after that, Vince Young went out to the Rose Bowl, beat USC in the Rose Bowl, had the greatest performance in college football history and probably the greatest game in college football history, and won the national championship. But 70-3 in the Big 12 championship game, how does that happen? They were up by 70 points after 3 quarters.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
They did not
Congrats
score
on
a
that field
point.
goal, Buffs.
I didn't
They
see
did
that
not
coming.
score a point in the 4th quarter.
Do you just kick a field goal to say that you scored? Is that all it is as a coach?
100%.
He's like, we had just some dumbasses with a
didn't drop a
podcast here
goose
to talk
egg.
about this. Yeah, we didn't have a goose egg.
Can you imagine if they could have easily scored 100? You know,
Oh,
just
easy.
boom.
Oh, Vince Young, Jamal. Oh, my gosh.
Had they had a little Heisman in them, they might have.
Yeah, if someone pissed him off the right way. Christopher, number 2.
Boys, let's talk about a 2-point blowout, okay?
Continue.
What?
Because when you win by 2 points, but you came in as 33.5-point underdogs,
Ooh,
I think that still counts.
ooh, I like it.
Let's talk about 2007 Appalachian State
Appalachian?
Yeah.
Wow, you really.
versus the number 5 Michigan Wolverines in
Wow.
week 1. App State, like I said, comes in as 33.5-point dogs going into the big house in Michigan. Michigan was actually catching shit for being a top 5 team, scheduling a cupcake to open their season. And like there was an entire presentation on game day beforehand talking about like, why would Michigan do this? You know, do they want people to take their schedule seriously? Can they actually be contenders if this is the way that they're starting off their season? All these sorts of things, only to have Appalachian State come in and keep up with them in the entire game. Like it was actually a good game. It was back and forth. They kept it close. And then in the closing minutes, App State blocked 2 field goals, opening up their opportunity to kick a game-winning field goal to win by 2 with 26 seconds left. But here are some extra crazy facts for you fellas about this game.
Okay.
So in this game, App State only rotated 27 total players on offense and defense.
Whoa.
What?
Michigan became the first team to drop from being ranked 5th to unranked in one single week. App State students who heard the good news on campus broke into their own stadium and tore down the goalposts and paraded them around campus. And Michigan paid $400,000 for the privilege of getting their asses kicked in week 1
so
by Appalachian
bad.
State.
Oh, no.
Oh, do we love this one?
Dude, I absolutely love this one, and it has one of my favorite sound.
37-yard field goal.
Ever.
This is it. This is it right here. Gensel ready. The snap's good. The whole
Block!
the kick's
Oh!
good. The kick is good.
Oh!
The Mountaineers are going to try to take it
Gensel!
to the big house.
Gensel in the big house.
20, 15,
Wow!
10. The Mountaineers have just beaten the Michigan Wolverines.
Oh my God, do we love it,
Mountaineers
boys?
of Appalachian State have just beaten
What a
the
call,
Michigan
man.
Wolverines.
Oh,
They went and
Wow.
tore down their own goalposts in a stadium where the game didn't happen.
no, in the big house.
Dude.
It's amazing.
Week 0, the season's over.
Let's go. I
Wow,
love
and that was
it.
no playoffs. That was like people would look at your resume every year
Yep.
or every week and they would rank you so you never could get rid of the Appalachian. Oh my. Guys, let's talk about 1890, shall we?
Okay.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Jesus.
1890, the powerhouse of Princeton beats down Virginia 115-0.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Here's why this is great. It wasn't until 1915 that the forward pass was a rule.
Oh, so it's all
God.
running?
Do you want to know why that happened? Because so many people were dying during the game that Roosevelt had to call football coaches to the White House to say, if you guys don't clean this up and like killing people on the field, I'm going to ban the sport of football.
Why?
Oh my
So
God.
then they introduced the forward pass, and then the death count started to drop, which is weird. Also, obviously, we know no helmets, very loose and vague rules, no padding. It was rugby, but more violent. But I didn't know that about the forward pass and the death count going
Yeah. Oh my God.
high.
I just don't know how they're dying.
Yeah, I don't know how those two things are related. They're like in our updated rule allowing the forward pass, we also had a little like addendum that also said no more shivs out on the playing field.
Yeah.
No, here's a good
How
quote.
are they
A scrimmage, man holding the ball went down with as many men stopping him as could get near him, and then they would all add their weight. Lower man did not raise when the mass. So pretty much
Suffocated.
They were
Just like
suffocating men.
piled dudes to death. Like
Yes.
Old
Yes.
Salem witch trials, Giles Corey, more weight.
Oh my gosh. So it's that was where was it? 1905. I'm sorry, when Theodore Roosevelt invited several coaches to the White House, told them if they didn't clean up the sport, he would just ban it.
that seems
Wow.
valid.
But that was also 15 years later than when Princeton put an absolute ass kicking. I don't know.
I wanna go back
15
and
years
see
between
what that
115 to nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I don't know how many deaths were in
Oh
that,
my
but yeah,
God.
1890s to 1900 football was something else. We missed it. We really missed it. A lot of punching
missed it.
taints, ripping chodes, a lot of
Slitting
violence.
throats, it sounds
Slitting
like.
throats.
Yeah, seriously.
Suffocating lungs.
Dogpiling dudes to death.
Oh
That's
my
insane.
gosh. Yeah. How about that for happy week 0, everybody? We're so excited to have it.
That was a brutal ending.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
very
my
happy we
God.
are going into this
Yeah.
week 0. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know there was that many. Georgia almost banned football in 1890. Holy shit! So like it was
Wow.
a political
Oh, wow.
thing. Yeah,
They could have completely undercut Joey's original selection had football been outlawed in Georgia.
Yeah.
I want to see what that was like.
yeah. I'm reading more
What
quotes.
happened?
The paper said it's a glory
Joey.
calendar of human anguish, an encyclopedia of broken bones, torn ligaments, fractured skulls, twisted necks, shredded muscles, broken ribs, gashed bodies, dislocated joints, backs and chests crushed in, scalps ripped off, and jaws mashed. Holy shit.
Scalps ripped off?
Oh my God. And here we've been giving Joey hell for punching Tates and ripping
Oh,
Toads.
what
That
a-
all of a sudden seems pretty
Oh
mellow.
my God.
What a quote. That is the quote of the year. I've seen.
Scalps, how strong were these men?
Oh, my. Fractured
Rip
skulls? Oh.
a scalp off. Okay, well,
my
damn.
Backs and chests crushed in.
Crushed in. Like that's such a medical
Holy
term.
cow.
That's
Backs
incredible.
crushed in.
Oh, man. I need a cigarette after that. Joey.
Remember, juice junkies.
Or junkies.
You can.
matter.
I don't know. Juice junkies. You can listen to the show on all major podcast networks and YouTube. Please follow and rate the show and leave us a review through Apple. And we encourage you to follow the YouTube and Spotify channels.
Please.
Also, be a friend, tell a friend about the podcast. Join our Juice Junkie community.
Stat of the day. We got a quicker one about baseball. We've been complaining about starting pitching. The value of starting pitching going down, 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 which is crazy because they get big ass contracts and their innings are even down. So it's where does the future of that go? This year, boy, how many innings does the average starting pitcher go? You've put all the starters of every game. What is the number of innings that they will go?
This is going to be like a
4.5.
decimal. This is going to be a decimal thing.
It is a point something, something. There's 2 decimals.
Oh,
What? How's there 2 decimals? That doesn't make any sense.
2 numbers after the
I
decimal.
was gonna say, wait a
There we go.
second.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chris, what did you say? Did you want
I'm
to
just going
take
4.5. I'll go with a nice round.
4.50 is what you're trying to say.
4.51, please.
Okay.
I'm going
Bob.
to go 4.95, just barely under 5.
Damn, boys. 4.98.
Oh, wow.
Holy
That was
damn,
so close.
Joey.
So close.
What does your brain even calculate to get? You're weird. You're a weirdo.
Yeah, I like baseball.
You're crushing it.
That's just
I like baseball.
the average starter goes 4.98 innings. That is abysmal. That is embarrassing to the sport. They need to get it up to 6, 7 more complete games. Let them go for a shutout. Let them go for a no hitter.
Let him pitch.
Damn it! I could go pitch 5 innings, right?
Let him
come on.
pitch.
Let them pitch. What are they gonna
Man,
do?
if I'm going out there every day at middle school baseball practice and throwing
Oh my gosh, here we
250
go.
mile an hour
Yep,
heaters.
yep,
All
yep.
right, at 50 mile an hour heaters.
Yep,
You
yep.
guys could throw 90 mile an hour heaters.
Does that
once
check
a
out,
week.
Chris? That totally checks
Once
out,
a
right?
week.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
that
do
makes
it.
sense in Joey logic.
You can do it. Yeah.
You know what we can't do, Joe?
End the show properly. We still haven't figured it out.
that was better than what I had. No, we
Yeah.
can't end it properly.
There
Yeah.
we
It was
go.
abysmal.
Yeah,
The show was abysmal.
we still haven't figured that out yet.
4.98 innings. They used to kill people in the 1890s for football, and it almost got banned.
Instead of ripping
learned
shows,
lessons
ripping
today,
scallops.
boys.
Deion
Ripping
Sanders sucks.
Yo,
Oklahoma State is trying to get money from QR codes. What kind of world are we living in, guys? Love, love, love.
we learned something today.
We learned something
We
today.
sure did.
Drink up. Have a great week. Go check out the Honey Roses in Longmont. Love, love, love. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.